Hello everybody and welcome back to another video with the Lecture Soul. If you're new to my channel, I'm a psychic medium, a spiritual life coach, and just that spiritual girl putting everybody on alongside a whole lot of other things. But today in this video, guys, I am coming through with a topic that was requested to me under my video in which I was talking to you guys about splitting things up. So this is going to be my first batch of that. Basically, this is going to be the law of assumption part where I talk about anything conscious manifested related, anything that you guys want me to talk about. If you guys have a certain topic in mind, any questions, anything like that. I've screenshotted a bunch of different things. So I am going to be talking about one of the topics, which is how to manifest a manifestation breakthrough, in which this person, they said that they manifested a bit of money here and there, but they want to be completely and totally financially free, which is obviously something that a lot of people do desire, and definitely something that everyone can manifest. But the thing is that I need y'all to understand it really is about your belief in yourself and in the reality that you are creating for yourself at this time, in which you better believe that you can absolutely do this, because you totally can. It's just up to you. Like, it's up to how much you actually want this to happen. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to manifest this for yourself, as I have a lot of experience in manifesting all kinds of different breakthroughs, which I am very thankful for. Of course, it was because I chose to really persist in a specific mindset. I chose to be really strong about something that I wanted, just like everything else in this life. I need y'all to understand with the law of assumption, everything that you're doing to manifest what you want is as easy as you allow it to be actually. You know what I'm saying? If you say that you want to have financial freedom, or you want the love of your life, or you want anything else, perhaps you want to enhance your beauty, anything, it could be literally anything. It's all about your belief in yourself, in the way that you understand that you call the shots in such a powerful way. No one could ever take you down in any way, shape, or form. Like, nothing could ever get in the way of your desire except for yourself, in which you believe that maybe you can't, or you're less capable than others. But in reality, we all have to understand that there is no difference between you manifesting that thing than you manifesting the other thing, okay? So of course, today in this video, I am going to be talking about that, obviously. I will tell you guys, I don't know how long these videos are going to be now, because again, I am splitting things into halves. So I will be talking about the law of assumption here, and then after this, I will be making a spiritual based video, and I will release that on Mondays, I believe. Okay, so you guys are probably going to see this first, the law of assumption thing. I'll mention this as well in the spiritual video. But yes, guys, I am very excited to be talking about these things, because obviously you guys have such great suggestions, and I'm more than pleased to basically go out and just talk about all the things that you guys want to be talking about, because of course this is definitely a growing place that we have to continue moving up from here. As y'all know, my channel has been through a lot of different changes, because that's just how it goes when you grow, and I'm very excited and pleased to see how things are going to go from here. Of course, it's going to be a lot of fun. So alright then, guys, let's get started with the video right now so that we can get to talking about manifesting a breakthrough. And honestly, guys, as y'all know, the template is always a very simple thing. It's not anything where you gotta make this harder than it has to be, because there is nothing to make more complicated. It just is what you're saying it is, and that's genuinely it. So with that being said, manifesting a breakthrough. Okay, guys, so I'm gonna go off on the example of what this person said. The fact that they are manifesting a financial breakthrough, they don't want to be working anymore, right? They want to manifest complete and total financial freedom. They want everything that they want handed to them in terms of that financial freedom, and that is definitely something that we can all do. Please remember, guys, the very first step that you need to be really taking with you is the fact that you actually can do this. I need y'all to really remember how important it is to open up that door for yourself, because I'm just telling y'all, like, if you sit here and you close the door already by saying that this is not a possibility for you, or it's going to take you a really long time, or there are limiting factors that are holding you back from actually doing that, honestly, I'm going to tell y'all right now, you have to readjust that, because you're not going to get any closer to what you want if you're dead ass, again, closing the door in your own face already. That's not how this works. You know, a lot of people in this reality, they don't realize that they sleep on themselves every time that they close a door, by basically underestimating themselves, assuming that things are not possible when they actually are, things like that. And I do understand them, because of course, with the limiting factors and beliefs, they play a role to an extent. Of course, it only depends up to how much you allow these things to play a role. If you decide to be really strong-minded about the things that you are manifesting in this reality, where you open up that door, initially speaking, suddenly, left and right, a bunch of opportunities just make way into your reality, because you're not settling for less, and you're also understanding that you don't have to live a specific way. You just really have to understand that this world is too open-minded and too limitless for y'all to be acting like there's not just a billion and one different ways for this life to work out in your highest favor. I know that a lot of times, and I'm saying this from what I've seen, honestly, and what I've heard basically my entire life, and on top of that on social media, is that many people think that's just not the way that life works. I've seen that so many times, and I understand why people believe that, or why people think that, but I don't believe that anyone actually truly feels that that in their heart. I think that that is definitely a limiting factor or belief that people can have. I don't claim them, of course. I'm definitely very open to how things can happen because I used to be way more limited like that. I would think, oh, but that's just not the way life is, and can things really like that really happen? That seems unrealistic, quote unquote. But no, absolutely not. Of course they can happen like that because it really is about what you, again, allow, okay? So if you want to manifest a financial breakthrough, for example, or a breakthrough of anything, of any type, let's say that you want to be the prettiest person that walks into every room, or you want to have the love of your life by your side like right now, and you want the love of your life. You're tired of the karmics. You don't want to deal with people who are not what you want them to be. You want your man, you want your princess, you want whatever you want, right? Y'all need to understand, again, allowing it. That's the first thing, okay? Open yourself up to allowing this, and you can do this simply by stating to yourself, I allow myself to be pleasantly surprised by the universe. I got this, you know, like just right there. You don't even have to go into a tangent about how possible this is. I can really do this. If you don't feel that way initially, tell yourself the baby step of it, and as you start to continue rolling up that ladder, rolling up that hill, you're going to start opening yourself up to the other possibilities where you're not telling yourself, okay, yeah, I said that this was possible, but now I'm really starting to see how this is possible. It's because I really believe in myself. It's because you've opened up that door, and now things are starting to move. They're starting to align for you, okay? So once you've got that door open, now you got the financial freedom in some way, right? You know that this is something that you have. You can feel the vision. You see the vision, you feel it, you know it, you got it, like all that great stuff. Even little by little, again, remember guys, I know that a lot of times it's very emphasized that you have to know what you know right now or you're not going to get what you want, but I don't believe that, for the reason that I have gone through a lot of trial and tribulation my entire life, mostly definitely with the law of assumption, because I was just very doubtful. I felt like I didn't know how things were going to work out, and I knew that they could. I just didn't believe that, but I knew that if I continued to believe in something, things were going to show themselves up to me, because that's just how this life works. If you persist in a specific mindset for long enough, you're going to see that work out in your highest favor somehow. Literally somehow. You don't need to know how, you don't need to know when, you don't need to know anything. You just need to know that it will, because again, you've opened yourself up to that. It's just like when you open yourself up to things that you don't want, those things suddenly and miraculously happen. You believe in those things more because that's what you're seeing. It's what you're believing in, so it's reflecting within your reality, but that's not what you want anymore. So you're choosing to pay attention to a different side of a different story. You're choosing to stay with that different story, and now that different story is manifesting for you because you're not settling for anything less, as you should not, of course, right? Okay, so with the financial freedom, you manifest it by understanding, for example, there's a bunch of different ways to go about this. I'm going to tell y'all like a few different ways that you can perceive these things, and all of them will work. It just depends on you to persist in either mindset. You know, it's basically about what you're willing to work with in your comfortability level, because I do understand that some people don't feel comfortable just jumping from a poor mindset to I'm a super rich person mindset. Some people just don't feel like they can do that yet. Some people believe that they can get there, and of course, even regardless, like you are already there, some people don't believe that, and that's totally fine. You know, we all want to work with each other, of course. Like I was saying, there's the different ways of you perceiving this. So for example, let's say that you're a really doubtful person right now, which of course you're not. Like, don't claim any of these titles, by the way. Like if I say really doubtful, really limited, it's not true, of course. It's just more about you working past it. Like you're gonna get there regardless, because you are already there. It's just about how easy you want to make it for yourself. Like you're gonna get there whether it's difficult or really easy. You just might as well choose the easier route, because that will manifest anyway. You know, like either way, you're still gonna get what you want, right? Okay, so with that being said, if you want to work up this ladder of complete and total financial freedom, where you want this breakthrough where, yeah, I deadass don't work for anyone, I work for myself, and even then I just make money, like left and right. I don't know how I do it, I just do. Maybe you're starting a business, maybe you want to work for yourself at home, like online or it could be anything, even YouTube, like all this stuff. You can make it work in different ways. But if you feel like you have a lot of doubt, you start working with yourself little by little, where you tell yourself, oh, okay, obviously I am working up to a point in which I believe that I have what I want. Every single other thing that I've gotten, you know, maybe the little things that this person, for example, was stating, that they manifested a few financial great things here and there, not the full picture. Let's say in your case, you're saying those little baby steps, they're leading me up to the big picture. So it's not that you're claiming I only manifested a few things left and right and that's it, nothing else. You're saying to yourself now that this is adding up to the full picture, okay? So instead of tanking yourself where you're telling yourself, oh, I manifested a few things left and right, but not really the big picture, stop that. No. Every single thing that you've manifested left and right, the small things that you think are small, those things are leading you up to the big picture right there. That makes you feel more comfortable, because now you're basically cracking a door open, and now you're stepping through it, and now you're realizing, wait, there's actually gold at the end of the rainbow. You know what I'm saying? Basically, you're letting this help you be more open-minded to just how rich you're meant to be, because you are already that rich. You know what I'm saying? And just like that, with that kind of mindset, the switch of it, where you're no longer saying, I've manifested a few great things with money here and there, but not ever the full picture. You're no longer claiming that story. You're saying to yourself, I've manifested a few great things here and there, and I know that that's leading me to be more confident in the fact that I do have the full financial picture right in front of me. Just like that. You see how easy that works? For a lot of people too, because I feel like, again, this is something that you can definitely work with. It's just all about the tweaking of your perspective. That's it. So even with this, like the things that I talk about on my channel, a lot of it has to do with tweaking things, like tweaking little things. Not even you having to start from scratch and you have to assume a whole different story, and if you don't, you're screwed. Because of course you're never screwed, bro. You can assume the worst in the world today and then tomorrow wake up with the best mindset ever. You know, it's all about what you decide for yourself, but you want the best. So because you're not going to hold yourself back, because assuming you're not afraid, because why would you be afraid? You're definitely very confident in what you're saying you have. That will manifest for you right now, okay? So with you manifesting the financial freedom and flow completely and entirely, you open up that door to yourself where maybe other people, you know, with that example I just gave y'all, this is more for stepping stones. If you want to just get to the final picture, you start telling yourself right now, I am just that rich. And remember guys, this is entirely up to your comfort levels. Some people don't feel comfortable saying things like that because they feel like they don't believe that. If you though feel like you can definitely go in on this and just really persist in that and be strong about that, absolutely it's going to work out for you still. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to jump all the way to the end of the finish line, you want to tell yourself right now, I make all the money in the world, dead ass. And I mean like seriously, you know, I'm saying this and I can feel how serious this sounds because this is what you're actually claiming for yourself. You're telling yourself, I make all the money in the world. It is incredibly easy for me to be as financially free as I am, because why would I not be? You feel entitled. You see the energy behind it. The affirmations are making you feel like, why would I not have this? It's entitlement, just like that, but it's a good entitlement. It's not like you're sitting around being a brat. You know what I'm saying? Even then you could be a brat to yourself. Don't treat anyone else like that. But you know, where you just tell yourself, yeah, hello, this universe always takes care of me because I am the universe's sugar baby, just like that. Universe is your sugar daddy, just like that, babe. Sugar mama, whatever it is that you want it to be. You got to get really comfortable with the idea of what you're allowing things to happen in your reality, like the way that you're allowing these things to happen. Because of course, you know, even if you're manifesting love, let's say that you want your husband, you want your wife, you're tired of waiting, you're tired of the karmics, you're tired of this and that. No more tired of what? You're tired of those things, yes, and you have every right to be, as you should be, but it's no more, I'm scared that every person is like this. What if I end up alone? I don't know, I'm not gonna continue, bro. Bullshit, like dead ass, BS. It doesn't matter. That's irrelevant, because if you want the love of your life, why are you sitting here talking to me about karmics? I don't think so. You're gonna start emphasizing just how much you know that there is someone perfect for you out there. For one, if you want to work on baby steps, like I stated, if you feel like you don't feel fully confident in saying that you are with your partner right now, get comfortable with the working your way up a ladder, babe, because that is going to help you anyway. And besides that, you end up walking up, climbing up that ladder really fast because you are persisting in this mindset. So even if right now you're telling yourself the love of my life is out there, I freaking know it, and I'm about to meet them, you know, if you're telling yourself things that are leading up to a certain point, the next week you're going to be like, I'm there with them. I'm already there because I'm that comfortable with this idea. Like, I know what I got going on, you know? Don't let yourself get too comfortable with a comfortable kind of mindset where, for example, you're telling yourself, one day I'll meet them, one day I'll meet them, one day I'll meet them, unless you're okay with one day you're meeting them, you know, like one day eventually you'll meet them, whenever. If you're comfortable with that, that's totally cool. But if you want them right now, get comfortable with the fact that you have them right now. That's how I manifested my person, 110%. I was like really done with everyone from my past. I know I've talked about this before, but I'm gonna tell y'all again in case you are manifesting this for yourselves. I was done. I was so over it. I didn't think about anyone from my past. I didn't compare no exes to anybody. I was like, I have the love of my life by my side, and that is freaking it. And it manifested because I was so adamant, bro. I'm telling you, I had no doubts because I was so over the past that I just knew that I couldn't settle for less now, you know? And just like that, I did manifest a breakthrough. I didn't see it that way though, because I felt like that would have been like a huge deal for me and I didn't want to overwhelm myself. But I did tell myself like the final picture was already here, and I did not treat it like it was a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't treat my desire like it was something above and beyond this world. Like, me having this thing would be the craziest thing in the world. Oh my goodness, whatever. No, I treated it like it was completely normal for someone like me to have, because again, why would it not be? You guys have to get really comfortable with asking yourselves, why would it not be? Why would I not have what I want? Why wouldn't this manifest for me? Like, what? Tell me right now, how could it not? Why would it not? I mean, hello, if you're asking yourself anything other than that, then what are you doing? Because you're settling. Like, don't do that, okay? And I'm not trying to call anybody out in that sense where I'm trying to make y'all feel bad, of course. Don't feel bad about any of this. I'm just correcting you. That's it. Y'all already know on here is a lot of tough love. I'm just gonna correct y'all because I need y'all to understand that you choosing a different route and choosing exactly what you want, that's the only story that you should be looking at. Because why would you be looking anywhere else? You don't deserve anything other than the best. Hello, guys. It's a decision that you make. And whether you want to go about this in affirmations, you telling yourself, I have this, I have that, and I got that. Beautiful, just like that. Or you want to script it, you want to write it down, I got this, I got that, and I have this. Beautiful. If you want to visualize it, I got this and I got, like, you got everything and you see it. Perfect. It does not matter. I will tell y'all for myself, the biggest thing that helped me was just me knowing it. States, okay? The state of your mindset, basically, which is just a mindset. So you just change your mindset into a story that you do want, and then you persist in that story, and then it manifests for you. That's what I've always gone about, okay? Basically always. Like, I will tell you at the beginning, I was more on affirming and things like that, and that did help me a lot. But the whole picture is that I had to just know these things at the end of the day. And that's what made me feel the most comfortable, is me knowing, okay, I do have this and I do have that, and it's all working out for me. Just like that, it is. And it made me feel a lot more confident in myself, and then those things would manifest, you know? So I'm gonna tell you guys right now, if you want what you want at the speed of light, you want that breakthrough manifested, you want everything that you're saying that you do have, get really comfortable with understanding you deserve these things and they do belong to you. Get really entitled, because your entitlement is making all of the best happen for you. I promise you guys, it really is. Don't feel like a spoiled brat, because you're not one. I mean, of course you're spoiled, but you're not a brat, and even then, who cares? Literally, who cares? You deserve everything that you're saying that you have, so why settle for less? Why question yourself? And why basically make this harder than it has to be when it doesn't have to be that way, especially because you are completely entitled to having everything that you want. If you know yourself and you know your worth and you know what you deserve in this universe, understand this world will open itself up to you the second that you allow it to. If you guys are strong, if you guys are really determined and you're not willing to give up, everything and anything will manifest in your highest favor. And that goes for if you want to be a famous singer, if you want to be a famous painter, if you want to be a doctor. I'm just stating things, but literally anything that you desire, I promise you guys, assume in favor of it and it is going to manifest, because you are just that determined in it manifesting just like that, okay? There are no limitations in this reality so long as you don't claim them. Of course, you have to be strong. You really do. And if you don't feel strong yet, let yourself get stronger, because you are very strong. And I'm going to tell y'all, somebody who's very strong myself, I manifested a lot of things that I thought I couldn't before I knew how limitless I really was. And it all came together for me because I allowed it to. And just like that, my love, we're all in this together. You know, we're all in the same timing. We got this left and right. Nothing could ever stop us, especially not in a reality where we know that whatever we want, we can definitely have. So why settle for less? I mean, like, don't ever settle for less. Of course not. You have to go for the most high, because that is what you deserve. Okay? Okay. I'm being so serious, guys. Honestly, I feel like this video topic is something I could like continue to go on about. I might make another video about this topic because I actually really like this. It's very important to understand that breakthroughs are just what you claim, okay? And it's not even like a big deal. You know, even though it sounds like, oh, breakthrough, whoa. It's not a big deal still. You know, it's still just the fact that you have these things, because why would you not? Because you're just that talented, because you're just that strong, because you're just that determined, and you are just that powerful, confident, beautiful, everything in between. So why stop? You can't stop. You can do this, and you always freaking can. You absolutely always can. All right then though, guys, I'm gonna rest on that right now because I know I went in on that. So of course, if you guys want me to emphasize more on something else regarding this topic, or if you guys have any questions at all regarding this or anything else, let me know down below. Of course, I want to cater to what you guys want. So if you guys want to ask me anything, please ask me. I will make a video about it. Thank you guys so freaking much for watching today, as that was definitely a very fun video to make. It was very fun for this to be the first set. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. Of course, this will be posted on Thursday, like I stated, so you guys will see this on Thursday, and then the other video on Monday. But alright then, guys, may God bless y'all always. Please take care, everyone. You guys are the absolute best. Thank you guys so freaking much for all of your kindness, love, and support. Genuinely, I don't see anything other than love, like deadass. So I am so thankful. Thank you guys for everything. I'm just so thankful. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. I love y'all so freaking much. May God bless y'all always again. Please take care, everyone. We will speak very soon. Very soon. Okay, guys, I'll see y'all on Monday and Thursday. God bless. Bye. Remember guys that the whole point here is that you don't have to be perfect. You have to understand that you are perfect though for yourself. You understand? You don't have to feel like you're walking on eggshells and you're trying to make this and you're trying to make that. No, just be comfortable in what you're saying you have for yourself, in the way that everything that you're manifesting, just consider it already done for real, okay? Even with financial freedom, those little baby steps, it's not about taking those baby steps up the ladder unless you want to. It's about the final picture being exactly what you're saying that it is right now. The whole point is that you're working towards that because you are, again, already there. I think it is extremely important to remember that you already being there is a vital fact. Like, you have to remember that, because again, it's not about something that you will reach in 2 years. It's not about something that you will reach in 5 or 10 or whatever, bro. It's literally all here right now, okay? And as long as you're being open-minded, strong-minded, very confident-based in what you're saying that you have, of course, why wouldn't you have exactly what you want? This is all about what you're willing to put into it in terms of your mentality, what you want to focus on. Please stop telling yourself that these things are out of reach, because they're not. They're very in reach. In fact, they're made for you because you desire them. And just like that, that should be more than enough for you to go on strong, because why would you ever stop in a reality where you have no other choice but to continue on persisting? Because you can. Okay guys, you guys are way too strong for anything less. I really genuinely truly do believe that. I know that at the end of the day, you're always going to get what you want, but it's up to you. And of course, I know that you're definitely gonna amp yourself up to that, because why would you not? Hello, you are that bitch of your reality. You're not settling for less. I really don't think so. All right guys, all right then. May God bless y'all always. Please take care everyone. Thank y'all so much again for watching. I'm very excited for next week. With that being said, I intend that this video helped y'all out to the most of its ability, and I know that it definitely did because I said so, and that's it. God bless y'all very much. Bye.